Nana comes in, and I guess because I was watching golf, she said, "Oh, Jase won the first flight."
Oh, I knew I was going to be called out on this.
And I was like, "Really?" Of course, me being a golfer and playing in this tournament that you played in, which is a really big local tournament, I was like, "Really?" That's and of course, immediately I thought, "Jase cleaned up." I mean, first flight's a really big honor.
Here's the problem.
Congratulations.
I have to confess my sins. You're congratulating me, but I'm fixed to make a confession. Well, here's what happened. You know, I told everyone I didn't play golf for almost 3 years because we were doing our TV show, which, by the way, Duck Family Treasure, season 3 will be out July 26th on Fox Nation if you want to enjoy. And so I've been back for about 6 weeks, and so when I came back, I was absolutely deplorable. Not that I was very good anyway.
But you're pretty good.
So it became a thing, I started practicing. There's a young golf guy who goes to Louisiana Tech. He's from England, and I saw him at the driving range one day, and he actually plays as an amateur on one of the semi-pro tours or whatever. And had no idea who I was. He was from England, but he tried to help me, which he really did. With my chipping and pitching, and because that I had just developed a mental thing. So anyway, I kind of engrossed myself in that. And so my buddy, who I used to play with for years in these tournaments, asked me, number one, if I would play Friday in his, he's got 2 kids that go to one of the local high schools here. And he's like, it's a fundraiser for a lot of their activities and sports, and mean a lot if you support the community and my kids. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. And he's like, and look, we'll reunite there, play in this scramble. It's for a good cause. And then how about we play in the senior pine cone out at the course that we're all members of?
Yep.
And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that, But he said, well, look, I mean, let's just do it for old time's sake. So we decided to have low expectations, so I agreed. Well, then he sends me a text and says, now look, if we're winning this thing or in the top groups, we would have an early tee time on Sunday. And I was like, because he's like, I know, you're at church every Sunday. And I was like, well, I don't think we have to worry about that. I mean, my expectations were so low. And, well, wouldn't you know it, we go out there, first round. The first round is a scramble, and we shot 61, which for you who are not golfers is 11 under par.
And at our course, that's a really good score. Our course is not easy.
Oh, that's a good score.
Anyway, I'm just saying, people say, "Oh, there's a scramble," but that's a really good score.
So we were tied for the lead. Now you got to remember, it's in our flight. We weren't in what they call the championship flight. They have the top 6 or 7 groups that are untouchable.
They're all scratched
and so, guys, now you got to remember, my role in this golf tournament is the horse, the race horse, is my partner.
Yeah,
I'm like the jockey saying, come on, buddy, you can do it. And so anywhere I contribute is just, that's how come we're in the first flight, because my game is not where, these guys are.
Your game is not first flight worthy.
Having said that, as bad as I played in the little school thing, I played terrible. And on that day when we shot the 11 under, I played great.
Yeah.
And so that's why we shot 11 under, because he's going to play good. But the second day, which is on Sunday, which now I'm missing church because we're tied for the lead. And and it was just a weird day, and I was nervous about it because there's nowhere to hide, because now we're playing real golf. It's called 4-ball, which means you play your own ball.
Yeah.
And they announced, look, this course we're playing is not up to PGA Tour standards golf course, and we're playing the ball down by the rules of golf. And you say, what does that mean? That means if you hit a shot out of bounds, you got to hit another one.
Yep.
I mean, there could possibly be somebody there a day later, still on the tee box. The score you can shoot is infinity.
Yeah, exactly.
At some point, you just wave the white flag and say, "Good luck, partner." And so I was a little nervous about it, and it was really a grind. I mean, it was tough. Because it's harder for everybody.
Right.
And so
Play is slower.
we started off pretty good. My partner birdied the first hole on his ball, and I had a birdie putt. We both parred the second hole, and then from number 3 to number 11, we both struggled, and it was just hang on. We made a bogey on one hole. I made a couple good pars. He made several good pars, but we were losing because we were playing the people who we were tied with.
Yeah.
So we were like 2 down going into like number 12. And then all of a sudden I got on 13 and I thought, I have been struggling. What have I got to lose? I thought of all of those little silly things that pros say, give yourself a chance to win, take one shot at a time, And I have to admit, I wound up birdieing 13, 16, and 17, and he birdied 18.
Wow. And
so we just went in a fury. We caught fire, and we ended up winning by 2. And it was, I'm going to tell you, it was a lot like life, There was so many distractions. We got bad breaks. You're playing the ball down. It was 95 degrees.
It's hot.
It was the 3rd day we were playing this. I mean, I was literally looking down deep into my soul. Just like, I mean, I don't know. The people that do this all the time, I have.
You have an appreciation, huh?
I just didn't
week in,
realize.
week out.
Whatever. I mean, I just came home and collapsed and thought, wow, why would any human want to do that to themselves? And can you imagine doing that and then losing?
Yeah.
We won. Oh, my goodness. So I'm rethinking my golf. I think I'm just going to stick to playing once a month.
Well, you're right, because it brings a lot of internal pressure on you because you're trying to win.
Exactly.
Your competitive juices get to flowing, in the moment.
And you don't realize, a lot of you who don't, play competitive sports, I mean, I hit one ball out of bounds, and I mean, it's on the tee shot. I mean, I looked at my partner. Well, I've created a lot of pressure for him because whatever he's fixed to score, that's what we're going to have.
That's right.
And you're just like, sorry, buddy. Good luck. I'm behind you 100% while I'm on my way to making double bogey,
But you were by holes, though, right? It wasn't by, like, total score, was it?
Yeah, it's just you take the best score between you.
Yeah.
Like, if he makes a par and I make a triple, we take the par.
Right.
And so really playing the ball down by the rules of golf, we only had 1 bogey and we had 6 birdies.
That's impressive.
Yeah, we shot 67 the second day.
I hadn't been out there in a while, but but that course is not easy. And you're right, when everything's not perfect there, so you get a lot of bad lies.
Yeah, so it was fun. I mean, look, like I said, I don't want you to think I'm a great golfer. I was a good jockey, and part of my biggest contribution was keeping him, his attitude's right. I was like, look, this is just tough for him.
Because he's always been a great golfer, but sometimes struggle with he'll get mad at himself.
Well, he mainly got mad at the right things, which was, he hit the ball twice in the middle of the fairway, and he was in a divot that someone didn't put sand in.
Yeah.
Well, just think about it. Not only do you have to hit the golf ball, and your partner, me, was out of the hole, he's got to hit it while submerged 2 inches below the ground.
Yeah, because some fool didn't put some sand.
One, he hit it in the water, and we made bogey. The other one, he hit it on the green, which was one of the most incredible shots I've ever seen in my life. I was like, he's playing a skill set that I'm not familiar with.
And he is, we call him Mickey FedEx, which is another all-time great nickname because he works for FedEx. So he became known as Mickey FedEx.
When we were at Duck Commander down at Phil's, he used to deliver packages.
Yeah, and that's how we got to know him. Great guy. So
it was a great venture, but I will say this.
Even though you missed my sermon, Jase, I still congratulate you on the win because I know how hard that is to do. So,
well, thank you. It was fun. But I will say this. You know how you have that moment when you're like, here I am, the Lord's people are meeting together, and I'm going and hitting a white round ball, off the ground in a competition.
Look at that.
And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? I put worship music on the way to the course.
Yep.
But I saw something strange that made me think, is this a sign that I'm messing up? I'm driving down Arkansas Road because I'm going out of town And so I'm going away from all church buildings.
Right.
And I look on the side of the road, and there's a guy, what I thought he was walking his dog. And I thought, well, this is what people do during church. And I looked real close, and I thought, that's a strange-looking dog. So I started slowing down. He was walking a pig with a leash on it down the road. And I thought, in that moment, should I just turn around and go meet with the brothers right now? I don't know what this means, but I've never
mean something.
I've never seen a man walking a pig down the road.
And by the way, just let me to put a bow on this before we get back to our study. For you legalists out there, I know what you're going to say. You're going, oh, this is the worst thing ever. Jay's, he didn't go to church. He went and played golf. Think about, I mentioned Scotty Scheffler. Anybody that's a believer that plays professional golf, they play every Sunday. But they're still giving God glory. And these are the guys that when they win, just like Scotty did after the Masters, they give glory to God for what he's doing in their lives. So let's don't get to be legalist about this thing either. So just a little, I know some of you are going to send us some notes. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you know.
Jace is not a professional golfer, though.
He is not.
So
that is really for sure.
You should have been at church, Jace. I'm casting the verdict on that.
Well, I listen to worship music.
I've exonerated you, Jay. Zach's throwing
Al says doesn't matter. I think you should have been there, and I think the pig was a sign. I think God was trying to tell you something.
Well, the thing I confessed was that I thought in no way we would be winning, and I thought that wouldn't be a problem. And when it became one, I honored my commitment to the tournament, but I would like to say that I showed the character of Christ in really a lot of moments where I could have lost my cool or just got worldly. And but it made me realize, too, that I'm not chasing things that this world has to offer.